Oh man, what an end to the week! What an end to the week! It has been a crazy, crazy week, man. Um, I feel like I'm even catching like a little cold. It's crazy. Not gonna happen again. I've been taking my vitamins. I've been staying. I've been trying to stay healthy, man. Because I'm gonna tell you something right now. That sickness that I dealt with over the holidays this past 2025. Mm-mm. I can't have that shit again. That shit was out of control. Anyways, man, it has been a crazy week. Um, a lot has been going on, but sometimes no, not sometimes. There's always going to be things that are going to go wrong. You just have to kind of pedal through them, keep pushing. And now we have to deal with this crazy snowstorm. You know what I'm saying? The snowstorm is so fucking heavy, right? It's so fucking heavy right now. No one's not like you can't even get outside my door. There's like a big old barricade of snow just right in front of my door. We having ourselves a nice little fucking snowstorm, you know. I remember when I was a kid and I would come up to New England and stay with my family over the holidays. Sometimes, over winter break or whatnot. And I remember how we would get these nor'easters. Well, what the fuck do you call what we just got right now? In case anybody hasn't noticed, we're in the middle of a really big ass fucking snowstorm. So holla at your boy. I'm kind of just sitting there trying to make it happen. But it's okay. I made sure I prepared for it, so I got tons of food put away. I got my little stash of stuff. Patches, my cat, if you've already met her before. Uh, Patches 2.0 is around here somewhere, but I don't know where the fuck I left it. Anywho, I forgot exactly what I was talking about, but long story short, got a motherfucking snowstorm, and it ain't a nor'easter. This is a fucking global Easter. That's what I'm gonna call it. It's a global Easter. All right, I'll at your boy. So in my men's group last week, I was talking to the guys about some stuff that I thought would be beneficial. When you are navigating through 2026. On my first episode of Not Another Sobriety podcast, I was discussing how 2026 can have an effect on people in different ways, numerous ways. There's so many different ways that it can affect every individual. And it's like that, it depends on your character, who you are as a person, what you're around, like your surroundings make a big, they are a big influence when it comes to, drugs and stuff like that. So one thing that I always say about that is you got to kind of you got to find it, within you. You got to do what you can to do that, because no one is going to be able to do that for you. Now, a lot of people are sugarcoat this, and that's cool. Everyone, they preach their word the way they want to preach it, but I'm going to keep it a buck. No one is going to come to help you. You have to do this for yourself. People will be there to support you 100%, but now is the time to realize no one's coming to your aid, okay? So you have to fucking get up and you got to do what you got to do for yourself. One thing that I can't say before I leave this topic right here, if you do pass that, you get past that threshold, well, then now you're going to feel a lot better. And I can guarantee you that you'll be in a better place if you just have faith and do what you got to do to get out, to push your inner self into continuing on. That's all I'm going to say about that one. You feel me? Shit, man. I don't know, man. It's been, I don't know. I still gotta go grocery shopping. I don't really fucking do a lot of grocery shopping. I'm not the type of, I'm not gonna be sitting in a line waiting for someone to fucking call me up so I can, you know, pay for my shit. So, I don't like to do all that. I do know I gotta go to Costco sometime this week, but now that we got this crazy storm, I doubt, you know what I'm saying, that I'm gonna even want to deal with any of that. I plan on doing kind of like an update with this new men's group that I do every week or whatever. And since the men's group I hosted on Fridays, I'll have an update for people about, you know what I'm saying, how it went on Tuesdays on this recovery show. You know what I'm saying? So that way we can compare notes on that too and maybe discuss different types of, just things that you can use and utilize while you're trying to like deal with your own drug habits or whatever it is that you're dealing with. And people got to understand though, the men's group itself is not an actual drug thing. It's we talk about everything there. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very diverse conversation. You can talk about anything. It doesn't matter what it is. One thing I will say though, like a lot of times the people that do go to these types of groups that I host, a lot of times the addiction is tied to a lot of their issues, and there's nothing wrong with that. So like it's okay to have a drug addiction and have it managed, which is the most important part. Having all that shit managed. Man, it's getting hot out there in Minnesota right now. They are losing their fucking minds out there. They're freaking damaging property and freaking going at it, going insane, man. It's an absolute war zone right now out there in Minnesota. So I wish people didn't have to, go or push themselves to that extent, but people go and do what they go and do, and when they are under pressure, the way that people have been under pressure, shit, for a good decade now, it was bound to boil over, and that's what's been going on right now. You've had all these different states that have been so defiant against the government in every single way, So, I mean, what do you expect when, you got so much of that suppression going on? But that's just it, that's the kind of stuff right there that triggers people into doing some dumb shit, And then, and the thing is, a lot of these people, if you look in their profiles or you look, you do a little research and just learn about these people or these individuals, you'll see that they are, they come from like some serious, backgrounds. Some of them have broken homes, some of them are on drugs, some of them have some type of like connection to drugs. Either they sold it or either they did it or both. So that's the kind of that's the people that are the most affected. When you got this kind of shit going on in Minnesota, for example. I keep bringing Minnesota out as an example because it's what's going on right now. But this shit happens everywhere. It's in everybody's yards, or everybody's backyards. Shout out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out.